the husbands or the wives, depending who's speaking. وَعَشِيرَتُكُمْ, your folks, your kinship, your extended family, your friends. وَأَمْوَالٌ اقْتَرَفْتُمُوهَا, wealth you have been gathering, and you are, subhanAllah, you're out early in the morning, sweating and working hard to make that money, so this money is in your heart. And subhanAllah. Then he said, the money became lots. You started a business. And once you make the business, you feel decline in that business. وَتِجَارَةٌ تَخْشَوْنَ كَسَادَهَا. Then at the end of the day, where do you go? Home, sweet home. Man, let's change the paint. Let's change like the furniture style. This is obsolete now. So those are 8, right? So Allah is saying, if you love those 8 more than, are these 8 halal loves? Say yes or yes. Is it wrong to love your parents, children, and so on till the 8, right? But the question here is not that you love them. The problem is if you love them more. Priorities here. Who should be number 1 in your heart? أَحَبَّ إِلَيْكُمْ مِنَ اللَّهِ. Who should be love number 1? وَرَسُولِهِ وَجِهَادٍ فِي سَبِيلِهِ. Do I need to explain this? It's self-explanatory. So these are the 3 priorities that should take the love in your heart. Okay? What if I love the 8 more than the 3? Allah said, فَتَرَبَّصُوا. Wait. Allah is warning you. حَتَّى يَأْتِيَ اللَّهُ بِأَمْرِهِ. Until Allah brings about His action. Meaning, you either leave those 8 loves or they leave you. How many times some people became bankrupt? Will the parents live for you forever? Sometimes the kids die before the parents. What happens to businesses? What happens to houses? Right? Who's permanent? Who's there for you all the time? It should be love number 1. When Allah says, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ, in Surah Al-Dhariyat, Surah 51 and number 56, Allah said, I have not created jinn and mankind except for my ibadah. And most of us understand this ayah wrong. Ibadah doesn't mean rituals. Doesn't mean salah, siyam, zakah only. Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah said, Al-ibadah اسم جامع لكل ما يأتيه العبد من أقوال أو أفعال يبتغي بها رضا الله. Allahu Akbar. So ibadah is an all-inclusive term of anything you say or you do to please Allah. Looking at your parents with a smile on your face is ibadah. Being kind to your parents is the second most beloved ibadah in the sight of Allah. Looking at the mirror could be ibadah. Eating could be ibadah if you put the intention. So going back, so what should be the center of our life? What should be love number 1? Love number 2? Love number 3? Everything else comes after. Is that clear? Okay, can I test you? Say yes or yes. Do you love Allah? I know everybody's going to say yes. I'm going to add something to the question. Be careful before you answer. Do you truly love Allah more than anything else? Raise your hand if you are one. Okay, I'll put you to the test right now. Okay? Yeah, and I'll show you that most of us are falling in one of the 8. Okay? Time is 2 o'clock in the morning. The place is your house. What's happening? There's a call coming from next door in the room where you stay, where you sleep. And that call is a cry of your baby in pain. And guess what? When the baby cries, who wakes up first? Sometimes the husband. Because like most mothers are very tired. But you know what they do? Honey, wake up. Your baby's crying. Huh? My baby? Yeah. When he's like this, he's yours. When he's nice, what's the other word? Cute, he's mine. Then she wakes up and she does all troubleshooting. Change the diaper, still crying. Try to breastfeed him, still crying. Try to give him the medication they got lost from the doctor, still crying. Then she says, hey boss, you have to wake up. We have to go to the doctor. And they go to the hospital. Welcome to hospitals in Canada, okay? They have to wait, Allahu A'lam, okay? How many hours? Then the doctor examines the kid, they take the kid back, and they go home. And they put the kid, and he's now sleeping in peace. And by the moment they put their heads on the pillow, it's almost 5-something in the morning. Another call comes. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. How do they react to this? Yes, Ya Allah. I know Allah. Allahu Akbar. And it doesn't say Allahu Akbar. God is the greatest. No. It's a comparative degree. Allah is greater than what? SubhanAllah, there is a special addition in that adhan. As-salatu khayrun min an-nawm. You say, I know, but I'm tired. Wallahi, Ya Rabb, I was in the hospital. I was up almost most of the night. Now you're trying to do what? To argue with Allah? When the first call came, you never negotiated. Am I right or right? So don't tell me you love Allah more than your children. Stop lying. Because reality tells, right? Okay, do you love your money more than Allah? Be careful. Otherwise, I'll test you again. I'll tell you a story. I'm not going to embarrass you, inshallah. We were in a country, very wealthy country, and the man was on the deathbed. The man was on the deathbed, and he was a billionaire. Not a millionaire, a billionaire. You know what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says towards the end of Surah 63, Surah Al-Munafiqun, ayah 9 and 10. Another homework for you. I told you before, when Allah talks to us in the Quran, there are 3 types of nida. Either He would say, Ya Bani Adam, O children of Adam. This is generic. Believers and unbelievers. And that's 8 times in the Quran. Or Allah would say, Ya ayyuhan nas, O mankind, O people. That's 20 times in the Quran. Still Muslims and non-Muslims. Yet, there is a special call for people who are sitting, listening to this boring speech, and they're enduring what I'm saying. The believers. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. 89 times in the Quran. Abdullah ibn Mas'ud said, when you hear this, listen attentively, not with your own ears, but with your own heart too. Because Allah is going to say, do something or stay away from something. And in ayah 9 in Surah Al-Munafiqun, there is a call. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. Do you feel it? Do you feel Allah is calling you? I want you to internalize this. لا تلهكم أموالكم ولا أولادكم عن ذكر الله. Don't let your wealth or your children distract you from the remembrance of Allah. ومن يفعل ذلك فأولئك هم الخاسرون. Whoever gets distracted by their wealth or their children, they are losers. Brothers and sisters, how many times we delay salah because we have family at home? قُلْ إِنْ كَانَ. And one of them is وَعَشِيرَتُكُمْ. How many times because you're at work and you hear the adhan, Allahu Akbar, you still say, salah can wait. The Sahaba, a blacksmith, will have the hammer in his hand, and he's going down and he hears Allahu Akbar, instead of going one more time, he would put it aside. They asked him why. He said, Allahu Akbar, I have to stop work. A Sahabi in Medina, a farmer, he'll have the axe in his hand and he's going up, he hears Allahu Akbar, he throws the axe behind his back. He said, if I go one more time, then my work is Akbar. Look at them and us. Stop claiming, act upon the Quran. So Allah said after that, this is a very, very important ayah number 10 in Surah Al-Munafiqun. وَأَنفِقُوا. Allah is talking to who? To the believers. Do you hear that? Spend. Never ever in the Quran Allah would say, spend out of your money, because we own nothing. We heard the Imam yesterday reciting, وَلَقَدْ جِئْتُمُونَا فُرَادًا كَمَا خَلَقْنَاكُمْ أَوَّلَ مَرَّةٍ. On the day of judgment, you will come back to us individually as we have created you. وَتَرَكْتُمْ never مَا مَلَّكْنَاكُمْ مَا خَوَّلْنَاكُمْ وَرَاءَ ظُهُورِكُمْ. And you left behind what we entrusted you with. Brothers and sisters, repeat after me. Money is a trust in my hand, not a love in my heart. Remember this line. Always quote me. If money is a trust in your hand, not a love in your heart, you will give generously. Because Allah said, وَأَنفِقُوا مِمَّا رَزَقْنَاكُمْ. Spend out of what we have given you as risk. The money belongs to Allah. وَأَنفِقُوا مِن مَالِ اللَّهِ الَّذِي آتَاكُمْ. مَالِ اللَّهِ. It's the money of Allah, not yours. You're a trustee. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, مِن قَبْلِ أَن يَأْتِيَ أَحَدَكُمُ الْمَوْتِ. Before death comes to one of you. Do you know what's the last wish when the angel of death comes to you? فَيَقُولَ رَبِّ لَوْلَا أَخَّرْتَنِي إِلَىٰ أَجَلٍ قَرِيبٍ. Ya Allah, if you give me a respite, give me one more week, one more month, one more day. What do you want? Pray? No. Fast? No. Go for Umrah? No. Go for Hajj? No. What's the last thing you withhold until the moment of death? فَأَصَّدَّقْ. So I give sadaqah. That man that I told you, I started the story, you know, he was a billionaire and he was on the deathbed, and we kept convincing him, listen, you need to pay zakah. He has never paid zakah. He said, okay, احصوها, calculate the money. When we calculated the money, he should have given 3 million dinars. What's the wealth? If the zakah is 3 million, what's the wealth? Once he heard the figure, we told him you have to give 3 million dinars. He said, لا 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 طلعوها وطلعت روحه. He said, no, don't pay that much money. And subhanallah, he passed away. What's the last love in our hearts before we die? فَأَصَّدَّقْ. I want to give sadaqah. Brothers and sisters, I remind you again, one of the qualities of al-muttaqeen that we talked about before in ayah 133 in Surah Al-Imran, the first quality Allah said, الَّذِينَ يُنْفِقُونَ فِي السَّرَّاءِ وَالضَّرَّاءِ. They spend when they have lots of money, and they spend when they have little money. So make it your habit in Ramadan. Why? Okay, who loves the Prophet ﷺ? One hand, astaghfirullah. 2 hands, I wish I had more. Okay, they say about the Prophet ﷺ, كان أجود الناس. He was the most generous person. وكان أجود ما يكون في رمضان. كان في جوده كالريح المرسلة. You know, in his generosity, he was like the swift wind. But he was the most generous, especially in the month of. Here is the conclusion. Take advantage of Ramadan to set the priorities of the 11 loves in your heart properly. Repeat after me. 3 come before 8. That's 924. You get the idea now? So if you study ayah 24 in surah number 9, what did you learn? 3 come before 8. Allah, His Messenger, jihadin fi sabilih, come before your parents, your children. No. Siblings. And I'm going to talk one night, inshallah, why the order is like this. It's not random. You have to be very careful. Siblings, then spouses, then kinship, extended family, friends, then wealth, then business, then houses. So make sure this life, this dunya, is a struggle to do what? To move the 8. They are all halal love. But put Allah first. Put the Messenger second. Put jihad in fi sabil. And by the way, some jihad, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, in jihad He said, الَّذِينَ يُجَاهِدُونَ بِأَمْوَالِهِمْ. So I said, like, it's a love here. So you have to do jihad, you have to struggle to take it out of love and make it a trust in your hand. Would you like me to end with a story? Yes. Only 4 people. You always disappoint me. But because Abdul Malik smiled, I'm going to give it to you, inshallah. At the very end of a speech the Prophet ﷺ was giving before the Battle of Badr, he was motivating the Sahaba to the battle. At the end of which he said, قُومُوا إِلَى جَنَّةٍ عَرْضُهَا السَّمَاوَاتُ وَالْأَرْضِ. Stand up and join the battle and aspire for Jannah, the expanse of which is equal to the heavens and the earth. And one of the Sahaba by the name of Umayr ibn al-Hamam, he said, Bakhin, Bakhin, al-Jannah. And if you were to ask me to translate the word Bakhin, Bakhin in Arabic, the only equal explanation would be, yes, that's Bakhin, Bakhin. You know, when you are so excited about something, then the Prophet ﷺ said, why did you say this, Umayr? He said, Ya Rasulullah, al-Jannah. It's our ultimate goal. What's your ultimate goal? Jannah. Learn from Umayr. What did he do? Subhanallah. He said, what stands between me and Jannah, Ya Rasulullah? He said, nothing. To enter this, battle, if you die in the battle, you are in Jannah. You know what he did? He had 3 dates in his hand. He looked at them and he threw them. He said, Wallahi innaha lahayatun tawila in ishtu hatta akul hadihi tamarat. He said, it will be a very long life if I live until I finish eating these dates. Jannah, man is waiting. And he joined the battle and he got killed in the battle. مِنَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ رِجَالٌ. Allah reveals this ayah in Surah Al-Ahzab, Surah 33 and number 23. من المؤمنين رجال صدقوا ما عاهدوا الله عليه. Amongst the believers there are real men. These are the men. It's not about masculinity and triceps. No, this is men. صدقوا, they were honest in their covenant when they said, yes, I want Jannah, and Allah gave them Jannah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us amongst those who listen to the speech and follow the best of it. Jazakumullah khairan. Sorry for making it long tonight.